You feel like saving is impossible. You're just trying to get by week to week. You look at your bank account after paying all those bills and there's nothing left. Maybe not even enough. It feels like you're on a financial treadmill and all the advice you hear, just save more, feels completely out of touch. But what if I told you that you have more money than you even think? It's not hiding in some secret investment account. It's leaking out of your daily habits, dollar by dollar. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 simple tweaks to your daily life that can instantly free up cash you never knew you had. Stick around because tip number 3 is something you can do today that could save you thousands of dollars this year. Hello and welcome. As a certified YNAB coach, certified financial coach, and a motivational financial speaker, I've worked with women who feel stuck in that same cycle. A paycheck hits that bank account and it feels like it vanishes within days. Rent, bills, groceries, gas. By the time the essentials are covered, the idea of saving, it feels like a joke. So many feel a lot of shame about it, like they're the only ones who can't figure it out. But let me tell you, that's not true. The truth is, you are not alone. So many women are in the exact same boat. I have done my research, and recent surveys show that nearly 3/4 of women report living paycheck to paycheck for at least part of the year. And for many, the idea of saving more than $100 a month feels like a fantasy. The problem isn't always you, it's the system and the advice you're given. Forget complicated spreadsheets and extreme frugality for now. Today is not about financial punishment, it's about your financial power. You'll get realistic strategies that women just like you have personally used to go from broke to building a savings buffer, one small change at a time. These are immediate actions you can take the second this video ends to find real money in your budget. So all right now, tip number 1 is the most important. And you have to promise yourself, not me, yourself, you're actually gonna do it. For just 7 days, do a 1-week audit. Track every single penny that leaves your accounts. Every single penny. It doesn't matter if it's a 99-cent soda from a vending machine or a $5 coffee. Write it down in a notebook, use a free app, an index card, whatever it takes, write it down. Most of us have no real idea where our money is actually going. We know the big bills like rent and car payments, but it's the small daily leaks that drain your account without you even noticing. It's the daily coffee, the quick lunch out, the impulse buys at the checkout counter. At the end of 1 week, add it all up and categorize it. You're going to be shocked. So many women who do this find an extra $100, I'm telling you. Sometimes even more, that they were spending every month on things that didn't really even matter. This isn't about judging yourself. It's about self-awareness. You cannot plug the leaks in your boat until you find them first. This 1-week audit is your map to finding that money. The standard advice to save what's left at the end of the month is a complete disaster for anyone on a low income because there's never anything left. So we're going to flip that switch. We're going to flip it on the head with a little psychological trick that works wonders. From now on, your savings is a bill. It is the most important bill you have, and you pay it first. The moment your paycheck comes in, before you pay anything else, I want you to transfer a set amount of money into a separate savings account. I don't care if it's $10. And here's the key. Start ridiculously small. Like I said, we're talking $10 or $20 a paycheck. The amount doesn't matter right now. What matters is building the habit. Automate it. Set up an automatic transfer so you don't even have to think about it. This money goes into a separate account, ideally one you don't touch. This becomes the beginning of your emergency fund, sister. The goal is to get a small buffer, maybe $500, to stop you from going into debt when a small emergency pop up, because those small emergencies are what trap us in a cycle of debt. I want to pause here for just a moment, because if you're listening right now and money feels heavy, you are not alone. So many women and couples tell me we're paying the bills, but we're still living paycheck to paycheck. We're carrying debt and we don't know which move to make first. If this describes you and you don't need a long long-term program or a 3-month commitment, my Clarity Consultation program is designed just for you. This is a focused conversation where we look at your finances, identify what's keeping you stuck, and you walk away with clear, practical action steps you can take right away without it being time-consuming or so overwhelming. If you're ready to stop guessing and start making progress, click the link in the description to learn more. Now let's get back to it. Treat your future self as your most important creditor. Pay yourself first. This is the tip I teased at the beginning, and the math on this one is staggering. If you buy your lunch at work even a few times a week, you are hemorrhaging money. You might think it's just $10, but let's break it down. $10 a day, $5 a week, is $50. That's over $200 a month. Annually, that can add up to $2,400 you're spending on mediocre sandwiches and salads. Making your lunch at home can save you an enormous amount of money. That's what we did. This is the one single biggest and easiest changes you can make right now. Think about it. You can buy a week's worth of groceries for what you spend on 2 or 3 lunches out. This isn't just about saving money. It's about a mindset shift. It's about choosing to invest that potential $2,400 in your financial stability and peace of mind rather than giving it to a cafe. Meal prep on a Sunday. Make a big batch of chili, soup, or pasta. Learn to eat leftovers. It takes a little effort up front, but the financial reward is massive. This one hack alone can be the difference between having no savings and having a healthy emergency fund within a year. We live in a subscription-based world, and those small recurring charges are silent budget killers because you forget you even got them. That $14.99 for a streaming service you barely watch, the $10 for a music app, that free trial you forgot to cancel that's now billing you $20 a month. Girl, that all add up. Your mission is to become a subscription slasher. Pull up your bank and credit card statements from the last 3 months and go through them line by line. Highlight every recurring charge. Now be brutally honest with yourself. Which of these are you actually using consistently? For every subscription you don't use regularly, I'm asking you to cancel it. When you get done with this video, cancel it. Don't just think about it. Do it right now. I have seen, pause it. I have seen women find anywhere from $20 to over $50 a month just by doing this one audit. We get caught up in life. Do this audit. I'm pleading with you. Do this audit. These companies count on you forgetting about these charges. And when they offer you a free charge, girl, just say no. They count on you thinking it's just a few dollars. But your financial freedom is more important than their business model. Put yourself first. Slash everything that isn't providing you immense, regular, consistent value. Now, okay, we're about halfway through. And if these tips are already making sense to you, if a light bulb is going off in your head, like I just said, the grocery store is designed to make you spend more than you intend to. To win, you need a strategy. This is the grocery store gauntlet strategy. First, never ever go into a grocery store without a list. And that list is created by planning your meals for the week. Look at the weekly sales from your local stores before you go and plan your meals around what's on sale. Second, stick to the list. The stores are designed with impulse buys in mind. The candy at the checkout, the fancy displays at the end of the aisle, that is a trap. Third, embrace store brands. In most cases, the generic or store brand product is made in the same factory as the name brand, just for a fraction of the cost. Fourth, buy non-perishable staples like rice, beans, and pasta in bulk when they're on sale. This combination of meal planning, list making, and smart shopping can easily cut your grocery bill by 20 to 30%. That's potentially hundreds of dollars a month back in your purse. This next one is more of a mental reset than a permanent lifestyle change, but it's incredibly powerful. It's the no spend challenge. I'm sure you've heard it before. So the rules are simple. For a set period, maybe a weekend, or if you're brave, a whole week, you don't spend any money on non-essential items. You pay for gas to get to work. You eat the food that you already have in your pantry and in your fridge, but you buy nothing else. No coffees, no snacks, no online shopping, no movies, nothing. The point of this challenge is to break the habit of casual, thoughtless spending. It forces you to get creative and realize how often you pull out your wallet for things you don't even actually need. You'll discover free ways to entertain yourself, like visiting a park, the library, or just staying at home and reading a good book. A no-spend challenge shows you that you can survive and even thrive without constant consumption. It recalibrates your sense of need versus want and builds your financial discipline muscle much faster than anything else. Your mindset about new versus used could be costing you thousands a year. The secondhand first rule is a simple but profound shift in your purchasing habits and power. Before you buy almost anything new, whether it's clothes, furniture, books, or electronics, your first step should always be to look for it secondhand. Platforms like Facebook Marketplace, thrift stores, and consignment shops are filled with high-quality items for a fraction of their original price, often for 50 to 80% less than the original price. Someone else's impulse buy can be your massive discount. This applies to so many areas of your life. Need a new pair of jeans? Check a thrift store first. Need a bookshelf? Someone in your neighborhood is probably giving one away for cheap on Marketplace. This rule not only saves you an incredible amount of money, but it's also better for the environment. Adopting a secondhand first policy breaks the cycle of consumerism and trains you to look for value, not just novelty. Now, this next tip won't just save you money, it will make you money right now. I like to call this the closet cash windfall tip. Almost every woman has a hidden treasure trove of cash sitting in her home, disguised as what? Clutter. It's the clothes you haven't worn in years, the old electronics in a drawer, the books gathering dust on a shelf. Your mission is to go through your closet and your drawers and gather everything you no longer use or need. Be ruthless about this. If it hasn't served a purpose in the last year, it's fair game. Then sell it. Use online marketplaces, have a yard sale, or take those clothes to a consignment shop. You would be surprised how many women make a quick, now I say quick, $100 to $500 doing this. That money can be the seed money for your emergency fund. It's a fast, one-time cash injection that can give you the momentum and breathing room you need to start making real progress. You're turning your clutter into capital. Now, you've probably heard of the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. 50% of your income for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings. For most women on a low income, that is a completely unrealistic and discouraging fantasy. When your rent alone is 50% or more of your take-home pay, that rule just makes you feel like a failure. So we're going to use the 50-30-20 rule for your real life. Forget the rigid percentages and focus on the principle. The real life version for you might look more like 70-20-10. 70% for your needs, 20% for wants, and 10% for your savings. Or maybe it's 80-15-5. The exact numbers for you, sister, they don't matter. What matters is that you give every dollar a job before the month begins. Look at your income, subtract your non-negotiable needs first, then assign a realistic, hear what I said, a realistic, even a tiny percentage to savings. Whatever is left is what you have for wants. This approach is about being realistic, not idealistic. It's about progress, not perfection. Now, our last tip is designed to combat the single most dangerous threat to your budget: impulse buying. We're all guilty. I'm guilty. We see something online, we get a rush of excitement, and with one click, we've undone a week's worth of good financial behavior. The wait 48 hours rule is your defense. For any non-essential purchases, over a certain amount, say $20 or $50, you are not allowed to buy it on the spot. You must wait at least 48 hours. This cooling off period does something magical. It gives your brain time to separate the initial emotional rush from the rational decision. More often than not, you'll find that after 2 days have passed, the urgent need for that item has completely vanished. You'll realize you didn't really want it that bad after all. This simple habit creates a crucial pause between impulse and action, putting you back in control. It can be the final guardian of your budget, protecting the money you've worked so hard to save. Look, saving money on a low income is not impossible. It's just taught the wrong way. It's not about making one huge heroic effort. It's about making a dozen small, smart, and consistent choices every single day of your life. It starts with the 1-week audit, so you know where your money is going. It solidifies with the pay yourself first mind trick, making your future a priority. And it accelerates with powerful hacks like the lunchbox hack. You have more power over your money than you think. It's not about how much you earn. It's about how wisely you manage what you have. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start, my sister. The journey to financial stability begins with one small change, and you have 10 to choose from right here. I've given you 10. You are capable of taking control of your financial life. Don't let nobody tell you anything different. Don't let anyone or any past struggles tell you otherwise. The power is in your habits. The question for you is this: what is the one thing you're going to do this week after watching this video? Are you going to start the 1-week audit? Are you going to slash a subscription? Are you going to pack your lunch? Let me know in the comments below. Sharing your first step is a powerful way to commit to it. And this community and I want to cheer you on. If you're ready for that next step, click the link below to schedule our appointment for a Financial Clarity Zoom call. Thank you so much for watching. Get into these habits and you will be able to manage your money. You have more room to breathe. And I just want to again let you know that it's not about how much you make, but it's how wisely you manage it and the wise choices you make in order to make it stretch longer. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. And sister, my friend, guess what? You got this. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.